Welcome to the Starlake Observatory, every sluggy. My name is Trip Starlake, and I'm here to talk about a book with my book reading friends. Yay!
Woot, 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 woot.
It's Dragonfruit by Makiia Lucier, and I'm here with Faye and Realm. Toto is having issues with the internet, so she may not be making it. If she shows up randomly, she's more than welcome, but I imagine that she's sleeping because I don't think she's been sleeping well either. We were just talking about that. Sleeping is hard. Um, yeah. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna shout out my friends now, and then I'll do it later too. Check out my friends. They read this book because I thought it was gonna be good. I'm sorry it wasn't like the most amazing thing that it was advertised to me as.
It's not that deep. It's okay.
It's not that deep. You're right.
Hashtag deep.
So I picked it because Dragonfruit by Makiia Lucier is written by a Pacific Islander, and it is based on Pacific Islander myth. I had a really hard time finding like exact examples of what this was based on, and then I read a few interviews with her, and she just said it was based on like stories her grandma would tell her. So like I don't know if they're actually myths or just like family stories. So shrug, but still, she brought her own culture into her story. And it's not that common that we get like Pacific Islander or like I don't know anything that isn't white people fantasies published. So it was I'm happy that it was published.
It was also really nice to not deal with a European dragon just once.
Yeah, no European dragons. That was kind of neat. It did. I don't know if VOD watchers, current Twitch watchers, if you've read oh god, to shape a dragon's breath. I can't remember her name. It kind of reminded me of that book, but this book was a lot more succinct and was telling more of a romance-ish story than it. We'll get into the plot to describe our emotions towards the plot and our thoughts and things. Yeah, I guess honestly, because it's just I don't know. I kind of have wanted to do this for a while now. I don't even know. What part, I don't know, what part do we remember the most in this book since we had to call a rain check on this? And I don't know about you, but I had finished the book like 2 days before the original stream, so it's been a bit. But I have a lot of notes, so we can go back to that.
I think you could break it down as to, the makeup of the mythos behind sea dragons, why everybody wants them. Our main character, who is on an island and teaching others who ask, about sea dragons, that she knows a bit more than most people, and then her situation with encountering pirates or, dragoners, what they call them.
Yeah, that's what they're called. They're like not pirates, but they are.
Because there was like a Spanish influence from the other local countries. Like it was just, yeah, racketeer pirates and stuff like that. Then making their way off to names and faces aren't my thing. So like
That's okay.
making the way to the islands, and then her need to be on the island, and the adventure to go get the new sea dragons, and then the whole conflict, and then
Yeah.
epilogue.
I'll be honest, I saw the prince's name and I went, nope.
Oh yeah. I mean, thankfully they just call him Sam.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to say that.
Google didn't have a hope.
Yeah.
That is something I like to Google, like the story, if there is any sort of reference to, I don't know, somebody writing something on like Goodreads, or someone having an interview, or someone making like a narrative, like little sketch based off of characters that they enjoyed with a review, and there was what you found in that interview. I'm surprised you found something. I just could not find anything.
It was difficult, yeah. I think I kind of had like an experience, a mild, like very small, like half step like above in like just slight knowledge in Pacific Islander like culture, because I did live in Hawaii for a year, and there's just like everybody from every like Pacific island, they go to like college in Hawaii. They tend to anyway, so I met a lot of people, and a lot of them who if they were like their family was keeping the traditions of like keeping their names within their native language, they did have very long names. So I guess that's just a thing. But they were not as they were like very easily pronounceable, whereas whatever Sam's name is, it's not. It doesn't look like it's like you can't see it and pronounce it. Whereas yeah, I feel at least in Hawaiian is like
It
you
was
see
beautiful
it and it's
looking.
easy. Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And Hanalei is easy to say enough to say.
Mm-hmm.
Hanalei is fine. There's a few of the names, or like the name for the spider, the full name. I was like, wow, okay. But I felt like it was probably spider in some other language.
More than likely.
Yeah. I like that they live the main island that they travel to, which is the island Hanalei is from, and Sam is like the prince of. It's just called Tamarind because it's the author's favorite kind of candy. That's what she wrote in the
I
acknowledgments.
appreciate that. I
Yeah.
like little bits like that.
It's cute.
It really adds to like the personality of a story.
Yeah.
Why is this island named this? Oh, it's just my favorite candy and I thought it'd be
It's just
cute.
my favorite candy.
You're
I
right.
like-
It's adorable.
I like tamarind soda, so like I get it. It is pretty. Yes, Samantita. I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. I finally see it though. It's several characters long, or several syllables long. And if I had a name that long, I too would want to be called Sam. I think. But yeah. Okay. So I guess to get into the characters a little bit, we have Hanalei as the main character. She has been exiled, or she feels like she has been exiled from her hometown, her home island, because of her father betraying the princess and the kingdom in a very dramatic fashion to save her life instead of the princess's life. And so because of that, she comes over, or she's just like a nomad, not nomad, but she like gets like child trafficked, escapes child trafficking. Then she goes to dragon school, but dragon school is talked about for like 2 seconds. But she loves dragons because of dragon school, essentially, right? Because she gets like captured by the guy that basically child traffic slavery, the pirate that like was like forcing her to take the scales off of the sea dragons. She ends up back on her home island and she escapes because there's a bat. Anyway, plot. There's a bat that attacks the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that one thing that does bother me is that like the dragons are really cool and are described a lot, but we don't really know why, other than like the innate reason why Hana has like a closer connection to the dragons, like why she likes the dragons. Or maybe I'm wrong. I guess I just wanted more dragon facts. Other than like they
it's
have
just
emotion,
like,
they like, or like
gave,
how
like,
they
like-
breed.
Yeah, I did kind of like the way dragons were talked about, but I do wish it was more about the dragon
Yeah.
than this edgy teenager.
Or like, or more about the dragon themselves rather than the babies, the eggs. But
Yeah,
I
like,
understand.
They gave a certain like foreshadowing as to like just
Mhm.
a smidge about a connection, but it really wasn't reciprocated. It was just kind of like, well, this character can talk to you, right? So like, pay attention to this character. That's all you need to know.
Right. So, here, I'll just explain though. I have it written down somewhere. I'll find it. So, what?
I love your field notes because
Yeah, I
they're
know.
very reactionary.
So, Sam is like sitting on his, like he's watching the water and he sees like the boat come up that Hanalei is on because she's been like basically captured onto the boat very early on. And she escapes from the boat because he sees like, oh, it's that guy. What is I don't even remember what the pirate's man name is, but he's a dick. Bragadin.
Bragadin, yeah.
And he's like, oh, I don't like that guy. He was a dick to me after he had just been like swindled almost into accepting like a fake, like an emu egg instead of a dragon egg, because we're all trying to find a dragon egg because we need to save my mom, says Sam. Because she's been in a youthful coma for like a long time, like 10 years, 15 years, I don't remember.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I will
I
say
think about 10.
the pirate was like comically bad.
Yeah, he was like comically evil. It was like,
It
oh,
was giving
okay.
like, what's the guy who opposes Penelope Pitstop? Anyway,
Oh,
like cartoon villain.
yeah, cartoon villain.
I'm up here showing my age. Sorry.
No, you're good. I can't remember his name, but you're right. I know what you're talking about.
See here. Yeah, you're just like, all
I
right.
was like, does anyone think about that? I guess I'm not the only one.
A lot.
He reminds me of a kid, like when they're like role playing, and then the mom comes in with like treats, like, "Oh guys, I have snacks." Like, "Mom, you're ruining my tough guy personality."
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, he's so evil because he's just like, oh, the prince of my country, I'm gonna blow him up. And he just does that in like the second chapter of the book. Or third chapter, whatever.
Right, they establish his ruthlessness,
Yeah.
and then does nothing with it.
Yeah, he's gone for most of the book after that.
Right.
But yeah, they so very quickly we have learned that Sam has like a cool tattoo of a bat that's actually his mom's tattoo of a bat, but it like transferred over to him because that's how tattoos work in this world. They just like appear in your body, and they can like do stuff. They can like come out and be a giant bat and attack a ship apparently because that's what happens. Or he pulls up a manta ray, right, and drops it on the ship.
That is way cheaper than the way I've been getting tattoos.
Right? I know. Which
Yes,
I
it
do
is.
know.
You're blessed.
I think a lot of people have seen Moana. Like, that is part of Polynesian myth. Like, that tattoo
Yeah.
can move, yeah. That's, like, the only thing I was like, yes, of course I know that one. But, yeah. Otherwise, it was a bit more ambiguous. Hana escapes after, like, the chaos happens. Sam meets with her, and he's like, oh my god, it's you! And then he brings them back to his pavilion, because houses are called pavilions. And, she ends up sleeping with the dragons, I guess, kind of. She goes sleeps in like a little shack over where the dragons are because Sam's family are rude. Basically, what I was trying to get to is some of the dialogue. So Hana, I feel like, is kind of one note, but Sam is also one note. Like, Hana is always talking about like the dragons and what she wants to do, and how like she feels like no one will forgive her for what her dad did, but it's like not her fault because like her dad did it, and everyone is very quick, not everyone, but most people are very quick to like just forgive her, except for like Jejomar's aunt, who Jejomar's a character we'll get into, I guess, in a minute. But I was like, I thought there would be more like familial conflict, but there is not really. I don't know. Because it felt like a big theme was, because Sam kept saying, like, you don't get to choose your family. Or it's like you need to accept, like, your family, even if they're annoying, like Jejomar. But I don't... nobody faces enough consequences for it to, like, really be drilled in, I guess. Maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know.
No, they were, yeah, it's like, oh, well, you know, you can't choose your family, can't put grudges, can't, you know, think about debits and credits in terms of your family. The entire time I was just like, yeah, you can.
Yes, yeah, I know. Yeah, you
Being
can.
being a dick is being a dick, like, period.
Right. Yeah,
Not
I
that,
think...
obviously, this is a whole different entire culture, so I can't just be like, just deal with my opinions, but...
No. Yeah, it just, clearly, its family is very important to this culture, and that's totally fine to have as part of the story, of course. I just thought, I don't know, I think, because I know that this is a young adult fiction book, and that they are, like, young, like, adults. Essentially, they are, like, 18 or whatever. But Sam thinking to himself, like, my grandma isn't like other grandmas. She's like, she doesn't knit or pickle papaya. And it's like, she's the queen, Sam. She doesn't have time to do that. I don't know. Sometimes it just made me laugh, the dialogue occasionally. But overall, they're both Hana and Sam are like trauma-stricken young people.
I did think it was funny how like Sam really struggled with like wanting the normal life experience, but just having a tone deaf understanding of his situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was kind of his main conflict. He just wanted to be normal, but it's not going to happen. So you might as well make the most of it. One thing that I didn't really like but got used to eventually was that Grandma's spider tattoo could grow the size of like a lobster or bigger. Didn't like that, but I don't really like spiders. But I guess it was useful.
Yeah, I didn't really mind that too much.
Yeah.
I just figured lore.
Lore. It's lore. Uh, Also, everyone, I don't know how it happens, but there's like one of the dragons so Hana was trying to track a dragon that had just laid dragon eggs. Because if you can get a dragon egg, she can bring it to Sam's mom and save her from her perpetual curse, her poisoned curse. Because Hana was like saved the same way through a dragon egg that was supposed to be delivered to her, or just the princess, but the dad stole it for Hana instead, and then like had her like bathe in the egg juice and eat the egg parts, and it was weird. But she survives. She becomes like, she can kind of understand the dragons that way because of it, which is, I don't know, Realm, it's weird. I don't know why we were at another thing where that happened, but it happened again. I don't know if you noticed that. I wasn't intentionally giving us more dungeon meshy, but it kind of happened. Sorry, spoilers. I mean, kind of, not really. Getting eaten by a dragon, because more people are getting eaten by a dragon because the mother dragon is like harpooned but not dead yet, and in her like last breath she just starts eating people. She's like, go girl, go. But no one, she dies very quickly, and no one dies because Hana knows how to save everyone because she's perfect, I guess.
She is the heroine.
Yeah.
She's exactly what to do.
No one dies.
I was having kind of a Slay Queen moment when the dragon started eating people.
Yeah.
I was like, get this bitch!
I was like, get
Yeah.
them! But no. It's fine. And so after that, the queen is like, okay, well, you need to go get the other dragon egg, Sam and Hanale. And so they plan to go do that. But the next day, it turns out that these other people that are there, because Sam needs to get married sometime soon, so there's a bunch of girls trying to court Sam, and some other families just visiting Tamarind, and two of these people, William and Rosamy, are joining along, but they're both like not wearing clothing that is appropriate for adventuring in the jungle. Like one of them is wearing like black velvet, and the other is wearing like a completely white outfit. And I don't know, so I guess we could just touch on Rosamy now. Why was it a point that she was colorblind? Can I ask that?
I think just for the connectivity of their two characters,
I
'cause,
guess.
like, one's a pretty princess and one's like, oh man, I've lost my everything. I'm so sullen with
But the
loss.
thing was, it
and
was
there's,
enough
like,
for Rosamy to be like, oh, my mom passed away too. I don't have a mom anywhere either. I don't know why she also had to be colorblind. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, it was
It's
like
a paragraph.
they acted like colorblindness and it meant she couldn't see color, period.
Yeah.
Reds and greens were just a little iffy.
Yeah. It's just reds and greens are a little iffy. Whatever. It's so funny. So like,
Yeah, it just felt weird to like, this is her struggle. This is also her struggle.
yeah, just so you
Okay.
know. It's like, okay, cool. And William is kind of just a bro the rest of the time. He's like really excited to explore the island and makes friends with Jejomar. Sorry, I've avoided Jejomar. Jejomar is Sam's cousin, and he's also brought along on this jungle trip. There's like a ton of people brought on this jungle trip. I keep forgetting there's like guards and stuff too. And like old Katamara or whatever his name is. The old dragon keeper's also brought along because maybe he knows how to deal with the dragons. And Jejomar's kind of like, Sam kind of hates Jejomar, right? He's like, he's such a useless cousin, but you can't choose your family, but he really needs to get a job or something. Oh my gosh. Why doesn't he act like how he's supposed to, like most of the time? But Jejomar and William get along really well, so that's cool for them, I guess. Maybe.
William does end up being kind of the emotional support,
Yeah.
like,
He-
person of the group.
yeah, he kind of is. It's not a very big role, but he's there doing
Yeah,
it.
he's just kind of like, I don't know, man.
Right.
But let's do it.
And Rosamie's supposed to be like a romantic rival, but like Sam's not interested in her at all, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, there was just like.
She would have been a romantic rival if she was useful.
Yeah, if she was useful, but she's just there.
You can't just be hot and there. That's not the same.
She's hot and there.
It's not the same as useful.
Right. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I like that. So the sea dragons are kind of like seahorses, where the male dragons have like they carry the babies. So that's the logic to why the male dragon is still around and carrying the babies, and they can't find the eggs.
I think that's adorable. That's
Quickly.
such a fun little twist.
Yeah, I liked it. It's cute. I like the dragons. They're cute. Fun sea dragons that apparently can sometimes have legs and walk on land.
Yeah, I really struggle not to empathize with the dragons, and
Yeah.
I really just kind of wanted the dragons to revolt.
Revolt. Oh no! You said revolt and then you disappeared. Oh no, she's gone.
Oh my god.
It was so funny, you're
Sorry.
back. It was
My,
funny.
Rebel against you?
My Discord just
Oh no.
hates me.
It was funny, you just said revolt and then you disappeared, so.
It was just like, they can't even have babies without people coming in stealing the babies.
No. They
Had your
can't.
kids, had your wives.
A big plot point as
Only
well
two.
is that the bat, Fetu, is sent to go tell all of the island, everyone on Tamarind, that they're looking for the dragon eggs, but Fetu goes missing. And everyone is like concerned but not concerned about it. It's odd. I mean, I get why she's bringing it up a bunch, but it was also just like, I don't know, maybe resolve it faster if needed be. Because it made it feel like the actual conflict was over in like 1 minute, in my opinion. Let me see. Oh yeah, and then so Rosamie says she's colorblind, and she wants a dragon egg to help her grandpa with dementia, or uncle with dementia. And then she's like, "Oh shit, Hanale, you have a dragon tattoo." So now we know that Hanale also has like one of those cool tattoos that can swim around in your body and help you out.
Now, I know I was listening to the audiobook a little fast, but that to me blipped by in like 0.2 seconds.
It was like
I
0.2
thought this
seconds.
would be the girl who survived because of a dragon. Her whole life she loves dragons. You'd figure they'd emphasize it a little more right then and there. I mean, obviously they've like they breadcrumbed it in like here and there, be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, here's what it looks like, what it's doing. Oh, it has a personality here, it's helping, stuff like
Yeah.
that. If I'm like,
And they give
You know what,
foreshadowing because like the purple dragon that's in like the royal menagerie, like watches her.
Yeah,
But-
but if they had said it any sooner, it would have ruined her quirkiness.
Oh yeah, okay. Because she just understands the dragons.
She just humans don't understand her, and she's just so quirky.
Yeah, don't kill the dragons. Save the animals.
damn, how could I forget?
The power of
I'm
quirk.
beside myself.
The power of quirk. So yeah, Sam's biggest conflict, or Sam and Hana's biggest conflict is that like Hana does not want the dragon to be killed, and Sam says dragon must be killed because I need the dragon egg. So that's that, but it doesn't.
Young love.
Yeah, it's like young love, I guess. I
No,
guess.
literally, because like, it's not like Sam makes, gestures of like, being infatuated or like affectionate towards
Mhm.
like the main character, but it's never really like, it's not like feelings of development. It's just more like, all right, they're in this phase. Cool, you see that? Couple things, couple examples. Now we're in this phase where they actually love each other, and you're just like, where is the, obviously you say it's young adult, so it's not, this
Right.
is not necessarily supposed to be steamy or anything like that.
I mean,
but,
there
like,
was no natural
where-
progression.
No,
It
there
was
was no natural.
Star
Yeah.
checks
They just
notes
jump. Where
in
was the
love.
natural progression?
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a shame because this is like being marketed as a romantasy, and I was like, oh, well, where's the romance? They just like each other and now they're kissing, I guess. Yeah, I agree with that.
And now they're conflicted because one of them doesn't want to be a murderer, and the other one's cool with it because his mom's taking too long of a nap.
Too long of a nap. Dude, just let her nap. I wish I could take a 10-year nap.
Being a mom is so hard, and it's your only job, so just nap for 10 years. Me
I know,
too.
and she's like, not, she doesn't age either, so like, dang. That's
Honestly,
great.
if I
Doesn't need
could-
to eat,
Yeah, like,
doesn't get
she's
dirty,
fine.
apparently, but they changed the clothes anyway. But
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah. Dang.
If I took a 10-year
Right.
nap, woke up and found out ain't nobody changed my clothes, I'm gonna have a whole fit, alright? I'm on her side.
I would be annoyed too. Yeah. But I think they do because she's a princess or whatever. Yeah. So they end up at this village. They eventually realize that Bragadine saw Sam's note that he was spreading around to the other villages, and he killed Fatu. It's like, what? Why? Why did you kill the bat? The bat did nothing wrong. But I suppose it was supposed to make Sam angrier and more bloodthirsty for the things. I think I might be skipping one bit. Am I?
No, because I mean, like, you did talk about that, how they're going on an adventure to go get the eggs, and then there's conflict because of one doesn't want to be a murderer, one
Oh, no,
doesn't,
I'm
and then they
not.
came on to the
I like how disappointed you sounded when you were like, no, I'm not missing anything.
Well, no, there's one point because Sam's like, I'm gonna go kill a dragon, and then I don't care about the curse. I just gotta save my mom. And then they go talk to that guy that can turn everything into like bark, including a dog, which was
old
really
guard,
ironic.
I believe the old guard for the
Yeah.
for the two when the day they got poisoned.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, maybe I don't give my mom this egg. Yeah, I forgot about that part, but that's about it. And Uncle Eastcoat, I haven't even mentioned Uncle Eastcoat. He's a tsundere guy. It's just so everyone knows, if you're curious.
A tsundere guy?
Yeah, he was just, Uncle Eastcoat was like, I don't like anything, but then he was always nice in the end.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess I see that.
Yeah.
I thought they were just, like, doing a horror trope.
Yeah, it kind of was just a bad trope. And he was the only one that knew that the guy that ate the dragon egg. After the earthquake smashed the ones when they were, like, traveling to the Princess Ollie. The whole time I imagined her as Ollie from HoloLens.
Oh my god.
Which just made it funnier because she's like a zombie in a coma. To me.
And her energy is like it's
Crazy.
very hard to match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. But yeah, so that was a thing. I just thought it was funny that the author decided to turn a dog into bark for pun purposes.
I mean, solid pun.
Yeah. So yeah, immediately after that they visit this village that's being like threatened by Bragadine's pirates, and there's like plants of the pirates all throughout like their bonfires, and they're all like smiling and talking about like what has happened and like pretending to like be happy and dance and eat food and stuff. Well, like they find out that the Bragadine's like people have like kidnapped all the children, taken them somewhere, and are like told the village not to tell Sam anything, but they did, so. And
Rats.
right, rats, and I think like the guards go and take out all of like the watchers, all the pirate watchers, and like the VT, the spider, like knocks out all of the other pirates, and they all get like roped, tied up, I assume, with rope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this is the biggest adventuring party I think a YA novel's ever had.
Right, it's huge. Like, I don't even know how many people there are at times.
Because, like, usually it's just, like, 2 kids.
Yeah, like 3 people.
Who shouldn't even be out past 12. But
Yeah.
whatever.
No, everyone is of age. One of the guards gets a dragonfly tattoo at one point, and that's used later on so they can see in the caves, because they're going to go into the caves to try to save the kids. Um, yeah, I thought that was cool. I kind of would have wanted that as, like, my tattoo.
That would be cute.
Yeah.
I could see you with a dragonfly tattoo.
Yeah, and then, like, cause like, I don't like walking around in the dark. I never would have to do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah, they head through the caves because they realize that's where Bragadin is keeping them. Moa, the guy that, like, helped Bragadin kidnap Moa, or Hana, at the beginning, I just read Moa, at the beginning of the book, is like, oh, I'm here, but I wasn't signing up for murdering children, so I'm not on his side anymore. But murdering dragons, that's okay.
Well, they're not
Do what
kids.
you gotta
So.
do, man.
Yeah, he's like, I have siblings. It's like, okay.
I have a conscience because I have family. Okay, so you don't really have a conscience. You just don't want to be the bad guy to your siblings.
Yeah. So he leads them to the Bragadin's ship that's hiding within this deep within this cave system where the dragon actually is, because the eggs are about to hatch actually. So I guess that's like a safe place, but not really because Bragadin's there. Sam goes to go save the kids, but he kisses Hana before he does that because romance.
Romance.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bragadin is trying to make a catapult to launch at his own ship to, like, enrage the dragon and attack and kill the children for some reason instead. I don't know. This Bragadin guy is comically stupid. Like we said earlier.
And I don't
He
know how
really is
long
just
it had-
like.
I don't know how long it had been, like, in the story, but he's still, like, bandaged up. He's like, look what you did to me, I'm bleeding. And it's just like, dude, didn't that happen, like,
A while
27
ago.
chapters ago?
Yeah.
How long is this going on?
Like, why are you still bleeding, dude? Yeah. Hey, you really gotta get that looked at. Yeah, so... Hold on. No. The group plans to save the children. They gather all the children. They can only find 29 out of the 30. Sam stays behind to find them. Hana wants to stay, but there are kids... Like, there are kids on her dragon to ride back. So she needs to, like, watch the dragon, I guess, even though it probably would be fine. So they all go back. Honestly, if I was like, ooh, a dragon, I'd be so excited to ride it. But I'm not 4 years old and living in this magical world. What do I know? But I guess I didn't write it down. Like, oh, no. Yeah, like, the fight scene, there's, like, a fight scene between Bragadin and Hana, but it's, like, a couple paragraphs long. It's like, Hana talks to Bragadin for, like, just a second, and then she's like, okay, dragon, eat him, and then her dragon, not the dragon that has the eggs, just eats him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
And that's that.
That's that.
It literally said the cannonball did not hit her.
Yeah.
She felt a warm breeze, and then the dragon went, and then they literally said no more.
Yeah.
He was no more, and the dragon likes to play with its food and chew before it.
Yeah, you're
finishes,
right.
and
Wow,
then
you
that's
remember
it.
such specifics.
Because I had to go back because all of a sudden they just said Bragadin's taken care of. I'm like, wait, that happened
what?
already? What the fuck?
I know.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah, I kind of thought there'd be more conflict with that, but I guess it's not, because the real conflict, I guess, or just the other conflict, is that Jejomar this entire time has been really weird and, like, borrowing Sam's clothing at points in time and just being your weird cousin you don't really want to talk to. But then it turns out Jejomar actually ate the third dragon egg that no one, like, it was missing. It had been missing. He found it and he ate it, and he, like, really wished to become like Sam because Sam is perfect and the prince, but instead he just, like, turns into looking exactly like Sam.
Oh my god.
So so everyone's like, ew, what the fuck? Like, everyone reacts with just, like, complete revulsion, honestly. Sam is
Yeah,
just
it's very
like,
funny.
ugh, whatever, you need to just go be sent back home. I don't care about you anymore. And they think about I guess, saving the dragon eggs. But, okay, so there's this bit where, like, old Katamara, the dragon keeper, back at the Royal Menagerie, is like, okay, don't, just let the dragons be. I'm just gonna hang out with these dragons because while the entire conflict is happening and while Hana's dragon is eating the, Bragdon, the villain, the dragon eggs have hatched and they just leave. They're gone. And so they realize, they're like, well, maybe the bad thing was that the dragon god was angry that we kept killing their babies. And now that 2 babies are born, it'll be fine now. Maybe things are okay. And
they said it was something to the effect of, well, they were born, since they were fully born and they were part of this island, that like it equaled everything out, so there would be no curse to go along with it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're okay now. The curse has been lifted, kind of, or like the equivalent exchange has been exchanged, I guess.
The answer was the dragons we didn't kill along the way.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So
that makes me mad.
I know. It was like,
I'm physically upset.
It, like, I kind of, like, I would love for, like, the moral of the story to be, like, violence was not the answer, but it was just not executed in a way where it, like, hit well. It was just like, oh, okay, we didn't have to do any of that then, huh? Kinda.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, okay, thanks. So, because Hanale has realized she has her whole dragon power tattoo thing, she's like, well, I could just use my blood to save the princess because I got the dragon blood. So they do that.
She had to realize that? Okay. So, like, that was what ticked me off. Was, like, the minute she realized she had the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
She could have put 2 and 3 together and been like, great.
No,
let's
absolutely.
go back. We could just turn tail, skip all of this.
Yeah, we can just avoid all of this.
Instead,
I suppose 30 children probably would have died if they didn't do that, but
okay, fine. You make a point, I guess.
I guess, but
I guess
kids can live.
Anyone. God.
Yeah. Yeah, they saved the 30 children, but otherwise, yeah, there wasn't much of a point in continuing. And Jejomar still would have turned into Sam, or have Sam's face.
I think he would have done that anyway.
Yeah, no, it would have happened regardless because he already had eaten the dragon egg. But yeah, they just do like a blood transfer, and then Mom wakes up. She's okay. And Mom suggests that like the old Katamara was actually like this sea dragon god's brother and was like watching Sam and Hanale on their journey.
Now,
yeah.
How'd she gonna wake up and have all the answers?
Because she was sleeping a long time. She had a long time to think.
So what was stupid about that was that say, oh yeah, in the mythos that not everybody knows, and a lot of people are trying to read this book to kind of get a better understanding.
Mm-hmm.
And in mythos, oh, an obscure name for the god of mischief or the god of yada yada is, like his name, and we're just like,
we didn't know that.
It's not a gotcha moment. Who the hell knows that?
Yeah, no one knew that. Yeah, if they had mentioned it earlier on, like,
it's like, congratulations,
briefly.
All you did was prove you're smarter than everybody else.
Yeah, it was like the end to a bad Nancy Drew novel, which it happens in a lot of them.
Oof.
Sadly.
That was a side swipe I didn't expect from you, I'll be honest.
I've read so many Nancy Drew books.
Nancy's taking
Nancy
strays.
Drew game too, so.
The games that always make sense because the developers care a little bit more. Sorry, Carolyn Keene ghost authors, but yeah.
They should be sorry they don't make better stuff.
Right. It is what it is. Sometimes they're fun, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the epilogue after this, because everything is fine now, Sam's mom is awake, the conflict has been resolved. All the conflict has been resolved. Hana's fine and completely accepted and barely received any, like, pushback on her returning to Tamarind. Sam is fine. He's slowly coming to terms with the fact that Jejomar has his face. He's dealing with it. Sam and Hanale are, I guess, in love, but it's not really talked about that much, even. I I think it's strange that like technically Jejomar did something bad. Like he ate a dragon egg that like he technically wasn't supposed to do and was cursed for it. Because I mean the moral of the story is don't just eat babies' eggs that aren't yours, I guess. I don't know.
Don't just eat babies.
Don't just eat babies. Just don't.
Okay, just like maybe don't, you know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah,
Like,
so even though he was cursed with Jejomar, or Jejomar was cursed to have like Sam's face, he was just working in like an archive, writing down, like writing down like preserving the stories as punishment. But they're like, no, it's fine, Sam. You can go hang out with your friend William. You can leave the island, and the magic should end because like, you know, the magic only exists on this island. That's also an aspect of this book. The magic is only on Tamarind. So it's fine. So like he's not even like. I just feel like here's what I wrote. Literally, because magic only works in Tamarind, Jejomar can leave the island and have his face back, and that's totally fine. We don't punish the stupid bitch at all. He just gets to go hang out with his boyfriend and explore various islands. Okay, fine, whatever. I was really mad about it.
he doesn't know what I was waiting for.
I was really mad about it, clearly.
It's so true.
Yeah, he doesn't face any consequences. Wow. No one faces any consequences in this book.
Yeah,
except for Bragadin.
Well, that's a run-of-the-mill consequence.
Right. Being eaten. Yeah.
Yeah. It happens to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, they let the 50 captive dragons go that were in the menagerie, except the purple one because it likes Hanalei. Mom is like, you have to leave the island, Sam. You must go on your journeys. You must go on a spice mission. Because the island... I didn't mention this, but the island is known for growing lots of spices. It wasn't that important to the plot, though. Hanalei is gonna go back to bring back her father's remains to Tamarind, and also go back to study at Dragon School, because she really likes Dragon School, but she doesn't talk about it very much. And then bring...
I mean, she only likes it to make her ha-ha quirky.
Yeah, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I do feel quirky.
The two are like, oh no, we'll be separated, but it's like fine. And they announced that the sea dragon, her tattoo's name is Nomi. And then I wrote, and then the book is over. Why was the epilogue so long? And that's my final thought for this book, apparently.
Why was the epilogue so long?
We had to know what every single character was doing afterwards.
I don't care about some of them.
Yeah, like I don't care what the prisoners, like the pirate prisoners, what happens to them. I don't care. They get returned back to their country, by the way, but in case anyone cares.
Literally nobody cares.
And I guess like Lord Isco, for some reason I thought Lord Isco was actually Sam's uncle, but I guess not, because now Lord Isco and Sam's mom are like kind of dating at the end. It's like implied. It was really weird. I was like,
well, it makes it awkward if he is her.
Right? Yeah.
This whole story took a turn.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that. That's the whole story. Nobody faces any consequences, but it is overall a fun story with dragons in it.
There were dragons, you're right.
How many pages was the book?
Not very long. It's not a very long book. It's 354 pages with, and the font was like huge. It's huge font.
Oh. Okay.
It was really big. I noticed that too, and I was like, why are we blind?
Yeah. I was like, did I get... is the book I got, was it, like, the large print edition? I don't think so.
I think I did something wrong, yeah.
Yeah. So, I think it's actually smaller than that, because the font is huge. Like, the paperback version would probably be, like, a more telling example of what the
normal
page
book
is. Yeah, normal book, but it's not out yet, so I don't know.
Because the audiobook was just a smidge over 8 hours.
I feel like that's pretty normal for like a 350-page book.
It is, but it felt, I don't know, maybe I don't have like the right
I don't know.
Equivalency like running in my head for that, but it just felt short. Just didn't really feel like
Yeah.
It was a quick read.
Yeah, it was a quick read. Which is I mean, 350 pages. A lot of the books that we do read are 350 pages, and they're fine. But sometimes authors don't know how to get all their points across within that page number. Or, like, it's actually 350 pages is like, it's a certain word count that's like the maximum for like basic books to get like published. Like, a lot of publishers will not publish over a certain word count, and whatever that is, it's about 350 pages. Yeah, I learned that recently. So yeah, I mean, I think it's weird because, like, for a while I thought, like, maybe this is like her first book, but this is her 5th book. I was like, huh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not unhappy that it was published, but it wasn't as I don't know, groundbreaking and cool as I thought it was gonna be. I did still enjoy the dragons; they were pretty cool, and the tattoos powers, those are pretty cool.
Yeah. I did like the tattoos. I thought the tattoos were cool. I like the interpretation of dragons.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish there were consequences for actions, because I mean, like, even her father didn't get really consequences.
Yeah, they were like, oh well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to save your daughter. Whatever. He's been dead for 10
years. If they were gonna be that forgiving,
yeah,
don't kick him off the.
Yeah. Why kick him off? Yeah, I mean, he dies, I guess, but I don't know.
Everybody does that.
That's true. Everyone does die at some point. Everybody does that.
Sorry.
No, it was really funny. Yeah, you're right. No one faces consequences, and it feels really weird. In
fact, they're like consequence.
Or actually, the fact that I was like, if nobody faces consequences, why did Fatu have to die? Why did Cute Bat have to die? I don't understand.
To piss off Sam.
Yeah,
who didn't even seem to care that much.
He did and did not. Like, he had a funeral for his bat, so I guess there's that.
They're like, oh, he liked the ocean. Going by the water. And Sam's like, oh yeah, he did. What do you mean, oh yeah? He's your bat. You lived with him for like over 10 years. You don't know anything about your bat?
No, he doesn't know his bat at all. Apparently.
Also, he's a poor burial location.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna get swam up.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just every time Sam was like, I want to say on screen on Reflex, but anytime he was like the main boy of the second, I was just so annoyed with him.
Yeah.
He was so stupid.
Yeah, he really had like young angry boy syndrome, I guess. I mean, I understand he has trauma because his mom has been suffering for a long time, and he's supposed to he has the pressure of getting married, but he doesn't want to. He feels like he didn't get to have a childhood because he kind of didn't, but neither did Hanale. So I don't know.
Welcome to being a child in the South.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, or like at least you weren't in child slaveried like Hana was.
Slaveried is a good word. I don't think it's a real word.
I don't think it's a word.
Good word.
It's not a real word. But... yeah. I think, like, I don't even think I would have been that impressed with this book if I had read it, like, if I was in, like, 9th grade, with, like, the demographic for this book. But
I mean, it would have become my personality for, like, 6 weeks. But...
yeah, I would be really into, like, the tattoo thing and be like, oh, I really want a tattoo now. Mom, can I get a tattoo?
My next, 10 OCs that I wrote in my little journal would have had moving tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah. Or cute water dragons. Yeah. But
yeah, I don't know.
Dragons are really popular right now, and so I understand why publishers are picking, people of color stories that have to do with dragons, because, that's what's hot right now, but this one just wasn't it.
Are you able to pick up cues like that when you're in your industry and just go like, damn, yeah, dragons are definitely in, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like Leopard Prince in last year, now it's not just straight up dragons for books.
Okay. So it's...
Oh, go ahead.
Because I, in real life run quality assurance for, a big book, kind of like a book dump that sends out just books, and I have to look at a lot of books every day just to make sure that they're good enough to send out and the count's right and everything. You do start to see like commonalities. Like currently magic's taking over, but not like Harry Potter magic, more like I mean it is magic schools, but it's like more writers are trying to take back magic school like away from Harry Potter.
Yes, there's two things in fantasy are really popular right now. One, Dark Academia, that it's not Harry Potter but is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But on the kids' side, it's more like, ooh, it's just magic school.
It's just magic, yeah.
And two, dragons, because I think I did see a lot of like. It's like this started with, honestly, I think this really started with Hunger Games' popularity. Like, everyone was publishing dystopians. And then everyone was publishing, like, superhero books. And now we're back to magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Which is really nice.
I'm happy we're back to magic. I'm happy we're getting, like, fairy books that are just, like, fairies being weird little guys. I love that.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying that as well. Especially, like, seeing it as kids' books.
Yeah.
Because it's nice. Because I remember, like, vividly Tinkerbell fairy stories.
Yeah.
And I know those aren't, like, technically fairies being weird little guys, but,
That's
like,
okay.
it's fairy books, and I'm very fond of them. And so it's nice to see similar books coming out. Like, there's an entire series that's, like, 12 books long about dragon girls.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something about dragons. I mean, it's not really that surprising. I'm pretty sure it's because of Game of Thrones, but
We can track that back.
yeah, we could, I think, if we
Oh my
really
god, we
wanted
should get
to.
together and just track back, like, why things became popular.
Yeah, it's definitely Game of Thrones, but because I can't think of anything that's super popular that had dragons in it other than like Harry Potter, but I don't think it's Harry
The
Potter.
only reason, like, I could think that would be a thing is if, like you said with Game of Thrones, that people are looking for the thing that they're missing.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones ended, like, years ago. I'm surprised it has been...
Yeah.
Well, it was such a big
mainstay occurrence
phenomenon.
for
Like,
people.
it's still people's personality. Like, I still see shit that says I drink and I know things.
Yeah.
I have an entire beer glass set in my kitchen for the 4 houses.
Oh,
You're a part of
wow.
the problem, baby.
It's like
Hey, it was a
I
gift.
think
It's like a half gimme.
like I think because House of Dragons was airing too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
So-
You're right.
Yep.
I
Totally
think
forgot
did it
about
just
that.
end? I don't know. I haven't watched any of those. I will eventually, but
I've been told it's good. But all my friends who also watch are, like, super busy, so are they paying attention? Or are they just actually watching it? That's a very good question.
yeah, I don't know. I think like all these books were in the works already, knowing how long book deals take to get published, but
Yeah.
there's something with like the huge wild popularity of Fourth Wing last year. It was just very popular.
Fourth Wing did something.
Fourth Wing did
I
something.
don't know what, but it did
I
do
think,
something.
to be honest, I did read like 50% of the book and I had to just put it down because I was like, I don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, like if you need to be, I guess, sold on the idea of cycles in
yeah,
popularities, you can look at fashion, like
yeah,
Y2K fashion.
It's back.
Like 90s fashion was last year. This year's Y2K fashion, and it's coming
Yeah.
back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
It's
The
so
same thing
unfortunate
happens with
everybody dressed
everything
up
else.
like Bratz
Yeah.
dolls now. It's
yeah.
just, like,
Bratz dolls are having a big comeback too.
Huge
Yeah.
comeback.
Huge comeback.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
like, same thing with books is we keep cycling through.
Yeah. I do
a
have
bunch
to
of
like
stuff.
applaud Fourth Wing for being an independently published book that got like crazy popular, and now dragons are really popular again in books. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm always curious what like the next thing will be, because it's not going to be dragons, and I don't think it's going to be superheroes.
Well,
But and fairies are coming back too, so
Well,
maybe next year will be fairies. But
I'm very happy it's going into a different direction. I'm very happy it's, like, no longer in the whole dystopian thing, because,
yeah,
like, I play a lot of gacha games, and a lot of them are in dystopian timelines, and I'm just like, the stories are good, but damn, is it depressing.
yeah.
Like, who wants to read that?
I think some of them are funny, more funny than sad, but most I understand. I don't know what I was gonna say. I don't know.
If you wanted to see something trending, a topic or a theme, what would you guys propose?
Oh, actually, I think I know what the new trend is. It's wuxia, or basically just Asian fantasy. I think that is the new trend. I've been seeing it a lot lately.
Like,
I hope that
Eastern,
become a
like,
trend
martial
in the
arts type
sense-
things?
Like Danmei.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just getting more and more published. I don't know if it's going to be a trend like in but like just like in publishing, like they're going to acquire more foreign titles, I think. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong. What was I going to say though? What do I want to see? I guess just more. I think I just want more fantasy stories that are not dark fantasy stories, because a lot of what's being published is very dark. And I'm not saying there can't be any darkness, but I don't want, like... There's something to be, like, dark fantasy and dark academia fantasy. It's just like, why is everybody so angsty? Can't we just be, like, a little happy? Just a little?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. But I also think romantasy's gonna keep going for a little while, which is fine. I don't think this one counts as a romantasy, but I appreciate the hustle and trying to market it as such, I guess, to sell more copies of the book.
Yeah, I would definitely say like a little clickbaity, but you know, like you said, with the independent publishing aspect,
yeah,
do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are also self-publishing these days, which is fun.
It is kind of neat too. Oh yeah, I said I wanted the light bug tattoo. What kind of like animal tattoo would you want to like hang out around your skin?
That's a good question. Well, most of my family is heavily tattooed, so I have lots of ideas to choose from, based off of them. But I've had the idea of a crane in my head for a while, so I'm gonna go with that.
A crane's incredibly unique. Actually.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, my two sisters, well, they want me to get a bird tattoo. So one of them has an owl named Atticus, and one of them has a puffin. Forgot the name of the puffin, but it's some Japanese name. I'm trying to remember.
Puffin song.
But yeah, they're like, Realm, you gotta get, like, if you're getting a tattoo, like, either we're getting a sibling tattoo or you get a bird tattoo. I'm like, all right, I'll pick one eventually.
That's fun.
But my dad has a bunch of dragons and stuff like that, so I'm just like, you know, I can be a little creative. What about you guys?
Crane is cool.
I would immediately tell what would be the most hilarious and like axolotl.
No, so cute though.
Yeah.
Tribal axolotl, and it's just like vibing there in the water.
I love those.
Super, not gonna do anything but like bring me back a pebble, but like it's just like chilling.
Just chilling.
I see a bunch of photos here. I want you to have one with the mouth open, like, oh.
Actually, so I thought that I used to go, like, my name in, like, MMOs is Hotaru, which does mean firefly in Japanese, so I was like, well, that'd be fun. But I don't know, I think in reality I'd probably pick a duck, because I just like ducks.
That's fair. You know, honestly, in reality, I have a narwhal tattoo.
Oh yeah, that's
so we
cool
could just
too.
go narwhal. It's not, don't play case, no. But it's a dumb tattoo. But I guess we'll go with the animal that's already tattooed on me.
Yeah, but axolotl is so cute though.
The axolotl is cute.
And that did make me think. My sister has a goldfish, a bear, and like 4 snails. So I guess you could go with any of those.
I would love a snail.
They're like fruit snails too. Like their shell is like a strawberry or something. It's really cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
That's passionate.
It's adorable. I don't think I have a photo, but when I see her, I'll take it, share it.
Just looking at fruit snails on Pinterest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, all of her tattoos are so cute.
I like the idea of like fruits and animals. It's like someone made like a beet and a beaver, like a beet fur.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cute. And like a watercolor style.
I like that Pinterest decided I wanted fruit nail.
Don't you?
No.
Hey, you don't want strawberry coffin nails to glow? Like, come on.
Is that a grapefruit
nail?
snail?
A grapefruit snail. That's neat. But yeah, that was a Dragonfruit. We ended up talking about other things because the Dragonfruit was just kind of... I don't want to be mean and say mid, but it was kind of mid. I'm sorry, Makiia, Lucier. And I like YA too. I read a lot, but this was just
Yeah, like she's got hardcore talent, and I'm really interested to see what else she puts out. And I'd like some more,
yeah.
you know, of that mythology. I
Yeah.
struggled.
I think honestly, your publishers need to give you more pages, but I have found that sometimes, like, the author is only given so many words that they are allowed to publish, and so the story gets really scrunched.
That feels so weird.
Yeah, it happens
It
a
is
lot
weird.
more than you'd think. But
I don't like that.
yeah, it's disappointing because it's not like she can't write.
Yeah, no,
She has
right,
some
like,
cool
love it.
concepts. But yeah, how sad. Oh well.
What other books did she write? If you
Oh
remember
yeah,
them.
yeah. No, I can find those real fast. One moment. She wrote a trilogy. It was called like. Hold on, I found it. It's the Tower of Winds trilogy, and they're called The Isle of Blood and Stone, The Song of the Abyss, and Year of the Reaper. I guess she also wrote
Interesting.
a book called A Death-Struck Year. But I don't. And it's about the Spanish flu. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. No. But the Isle of Blood and Stone seems to be about map making and
Ooh.
kidnapped princes.
Oh.
Yeah. It was interesting.
Aw.
Hi, Leonard. Oh yeah. Was this like by Houghton Mifflin Harcourt? Was this independently published? No. Just an educational book. I guess it. Huh. Huh. Anyway, so yeah, that's what she wrote. She wrote 5 other books. Maybe Year of the Reaper is not part of that. Maybe it's its own book. No, it's its own book about an engineer's apprentice on a mission entrusted by a king. But then she writes about plague a lot, apparently. A plague sweeps over the land. Then they want to return to their home, but they cannot. They remember the horrors.
I'm gonna ask this. Neither of you get to be a smartass when I ask this.
Mm.
Damn. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, you'll understand why I'm saying that when I ask. Does plague symbolize anything other than plagues? Like, is there a symbology that I'm missing here that would be there'd be a reason why she uses it so much?
That's a good question. I think
Fun fact, it's just symbolizing plagues.
it's just plague. It could just be plague, honestly.
But you know how, like, vampires are, like, symbology of, like, the rich and shit like that? Like,
Yeah, or like
you know what I mean?
disease
So, like,
or
they
whatever.
use...
Yeah.
So I was just thinking, like, it could be fun if the idea that the plague is a big symbolization of something else that is the reason why she writes about it so much, is that still relevant in her life or in her, like,
Yeah, you're
history.
right. It
The
could
first-
be. Actually, the one thing that comes to mind is that it could represent like fascism. Like, why is the plague happening? Oh, because of like the history causing it to happen. But I don't know yet. I haven't read those books.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
The first thing I think of is like regret. You know,
Oh.
like they are looking at themselves through the eyes of having this big thing in their minds going, I can't do this. I have, you know, there's this going on. You know, like I can't change the past. There's this thing going on. I can't do this or that. And like, you know, in the cases of like that princess getting poisoned and, you know, in like a coma, it's representing like disease or like you said, disease, plagues, that like there's still a way to like forge ahead and not have as many regrets or still come out like with a positive perspective. Because what, you know, if you're saying plagues and like, you know, series long books, that there has to be some sort of journey and someone has to figure out something about themselves along the way.
Yeah. No, I think it's that, and also like the survivors of the plague have like the endurance to survive. Like, it represents the will of humanity sometimes.
Mm.
Or like
Yeah, that's totally
the
fair.
aftermath represents the will of humanity.
Yeah. Those are all acceptable answers. I just didn't want
I
to
have
hear
no idea.
it's sickness, duh.
No, I think.
Maybe like cough, bro. You ever think about that?
No, I think it usually represents something else, but yeah, it's definitely going to be. It's definitely more of a thing because of we all
This is
experienced
where we need
2020.
Toto.
But I know, right? Since she's like a teacher, she could actually like teach us about it.
She'll just give you the scientific. Well, it's a
Well, she'll
disease.
sass me and be right at the same time. I can live with that.
Instead, we're both like, I don't know, maybe.
I'm over here just Googling things haphazardly.
Yeah, why not? I think it always bothers me how like vampires often do not like change in their metaphor, even though they could be a metaphor for whatever you want them to be. So,
I just picked vampires because I knew they were a common metaphor
Oh, no,
for
you're right.
things, and I forgot there was other stuff, but...
no, it's fine. It just bugs me. I'm like, why can't you be more than that?
Yeah.
You could be anything, vampires.
I believed in
I
you.
believe in you.
You could have changed the world.
You could have been representing, I don't know,
Literally anything.
anything else other than like the rich and power struggles. But yeah, I guess we can give our star and slug rating for this book if we even have strong enough feelings to do so. I don't mind. I'll bring up my review of the book. What did I rate it? Maybe a 3 out of 5? But we do like out of 10. Yeah, I gave it a 3 out of 5. And I wrote such a middling book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really cool concepts with the markings, like the tattoos and the way that the magic works. The dragons have neat descriptions, and I appreciated the many discussions on familial ties. I just felt like it didn't hit any of those points hard enough. The conflict is resolved very quickly. The characters do not experience consequences for their actions in the current timeline on the story. And there is animal death that pops out of nowhere. Overall, it's easy enough to read. There is no moment where I found myself too bored or angry with the book, but it really could have used a little bit more of anything to the story. So I guess I'm giving it like a 5 for both objective and subjective. Like, I would not recommend the book, but it's like if it's sitting there and you have nothing else to read, like, yeah, you'll have a perfectly fine time of it, but there's a lot better books to read. But I like that
at a 3 with both.
Yeah. The Pacific Islander is nice. Culture is nice. I like that.
It's a nice, it's a book you read because a friend suggested it and because it has that hit of diversity that you're probably craving.
Yeah.
It's like putting a little bit of Mio in your water for the first time in a week. You know what I mean?
Ooh, the
but
flavor.
only a small squirt. So you're getting it, but you're not getting it.
Yeah, it's not LaCroix, but it's not,
What is it even
juice.
LaCroix? No, LaCroix is not good.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
It's better than LaCroix, but it's not like drinking actual orange juice or something.
Oh, yeah. At that point, you just might as well have LaCroix.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. 3 is valid. For sure.
That's your for both out
Yorp.
of 10?
Yeah.
Yorp.
Alright. I'm gonna say I appreciated the different culture, different area of learning I have embarked when I read this. It was fun. Don't ask me to pronounce the words. I will not. I would give. I'm gonna do the recommended rating. I would be like, hey, if you want something to read, like my little sister does not like to read fantasy or science fiction because she's not there for the world building. She's there for interpersonal stuff, but not too far. So I would give it to somebody like that who doesn't want to get into something too deep, and consume their time like that. So yeah, I'd give it for the recommended rating. I would just like 5.5 or so. Objective, yeah, probably keep it at a 5. I just there were just so many things that I'm like, wait, that happened. Wait, what are they doing now? Wait, what? And it's just it was like blips, and I'm like, well, if I feel like I missed half the book because half of the descriptors were 5.2 seconds, then I can only rate it based off of reading like half a book's worth of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was not me just like not paying attention. I with the amount of times I've played back stuff so to make sure I actually heard it right, I pretty much listened to the book twice.
Oh gosh.
So I can't really give it much more than that, but I appreciate the creativity. And I think a lot of people will as well.
Yeah.
Especially
Actually, you're saying it made me think like if you were like a kid, I would recommend the book to them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's like a
I would just give them the book, like, here you go, read it.
It's like the bridge between real life and fantasy. Like, this is fantasy, but this is more like fantasy mythos, and mythos are usually grounded in reality when they're in books, unless you're literally like in another world. But like in the same scope as like Percy Jackson, this book is kind of like parallel in its genre, and be like, all right, well, if you want to read that, then probably you'll probably go to a trilogy or a duology from there, and this would help you like understand, do you like, you know, sci-fi or fantasy elements, or do you not? And you would decide.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're also hitting on with Percy Jackson. It's like also a myth retelling. So yeah, if I was a kid reading Percy Jackson, I would also be like, oh, this is also a myth. I would just read it because that was the kind of kid I was. You're right, though. It would become like my whole personality for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. You'd be like, wow, I'm so cool and interesting, and I read this book that like is about something that I'm not, and
yeah,
right. You would come in like with like a bip pen, like you'd be like, I'm just
drawing tattoo,
drawing your
it's
tattoos.
like vaguely a wolf, but it looks like a hamster or something.
New wolf kid. It's just girl with a tattoo.
Horse, like the horse girl.
Oh my gosh. Yes. That's amazing. So, yeah. I agree. Yeah, actually, it makes me... I was going to donate the book. I might still donate it, but I might just wait to give it to, like, one of my friends' kids now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they would actually definitely get more out of it. But I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's a perfectly fine book. It just didn't hit hard enough. And, like, there are young adult books that do hit hard enough, so they're out there, but, yeah.
Right. Take like, you know, I am, compared to everybody else here and Toto, I am relatively new into like the actual literature space, because it just wasn't ever any place I wanted to be. So like even if I am, we have varying degrees of how many things we've read, so like we have different standards. So take our standards with a grain of salt. Like, just
no, I mean, whatever.
If you just don't think it's that deep and you want to read like a semi-cool fantasy book, then like pick it up. I'm sure you'll like it.
Yeah.
You know, I never felt at any point I wanted to drop it. I would let you guys know. I would just keep throwing sighs into like the Discord chat if I really did not like it, but it's good.
I want to see that someday. Like, I can't do it.
Torture realm now, just to see like how far he'd take it.
Yeah, cause my sisters just recently started their own little book club. Like, they're friends, and I was just like, oh, how you guys doing it? You know, like, make sure they don't, you know, I don't want to say fuck it up, but like it's their friends doing it, and they're meeting at different places. So I'm hoping like they don't get too crazy with it. But my sister was just like, yeah, I'm not going to the thing. I just don't want to read the book, and I'm like,
damn.
To me, objectively, like, why wouldn't you just try something new, you know? But I'm just a little more adventurous in that regard. So yeah, it'll take a lot. I don't remember what the closest I've gotten to with not finishing something. I mean, the only two I can think of is like the first 30 chapters of Denjin Mushi because of Laos, but like, and
that's valid. That's a valid complaint.
Princess and the Grilled Cheese, but the
issue
both of them was that it was so It was so short. You practically could finish it before you blink an eye, and you're like, well, I did just get through that, didn't I? And like, I don't know, you know, what else to tell you. I did it, I
Yeah.
didn't like it, but like I couldn't even look at it and go, oh, it's so arduous. It was just all too short to even think about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, if it's too short that you can't even be mad at it properly because it's so short, there's really no point in worrying about it. Just
Yeah,
read
just
it.
like yeah, just
Right.
read it and let it talk about it, let it slip your mind for
Just
the next
complain.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. uh, yeah, I try to pick things that I think will be like at least fun to discuss, but like I was just like, I don't know, I just want to read this book this time.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, we all voted for it, so this is all equally
Yeah,
our conscription.
it's true. Yeah, I was really thinking about, because we had talked so long about Dungeon Meshi, I was really had like food on the brain, I guess. And dragons, I guess.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah. I guess we'll probably meet next month, I think. It's fine. We just have to like not do the exact every other week because I'll be gone. Whenever we were supposed to meet. But we can talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you too for reading the book.
Yeah,
I always
I mean, it
appreciate
really
it.
wasn't that bad.
No, yeah. His followers also. Oh, that's not. I meant followers. You need to follow my friends. My God. Also, our VODs are right here. Also, here's the book club. We're gonna be discussing. Oh, not Dungeon Meshi. I didn't change it. We're going to be discussing Land of the Lustrous, the first 36 chapters on the 20th. If you do want to read them, Faye, and join, just let me know. You can join. It's totally fine.
Okay.
If not, that's fine too.
I dare you.
Yeah, if you want to. Otherwise, yeah, we'll meet sometime in September for another book club meeting, I believe. And then I'm excited for October, actually, so we can actually read a spooky read. That'll be fun.
Oh yes,
I
we really
think.
wanted to do one last year.
Yeah.
For, like, a spooky game
we
type
were
thing.
we were interrupted by whatever the villainous turns the hourglass or whatever we were reading at the time.
Oh yeah.
So
we didn't
that's
plan that out
okay.
super well.
I know, I was like, damn. Oh well. So this year I'm excited about it. Okay, I should find somebody to raid.